Part 2, Chapter 14, we see the veterans and Ruth and Kathy and Tommy venture into Norfolk. They are on a mission to find Ruth's possible. Now, after they sit together and enjoy some lunch, they head out and they believe they find this woman to be Ruth's possible. Now, interestingly enough, she is almost 30 years older than Ruth. So is it her possible? Is it not? They actually run into her and talk to her. But she assumes that they're art students. So it's kind of interesting how she doesn't automatically assume that they're clones. Can you tell the difference between a clone and a human? Is it obvious? Do people know? We don't know at this point. But unfortunately, these clones realize who they're made from. We hear on page 166. We all know it. We're modeled from trash. Junkies, prostitutes, winos, tramps, convicts maybe, just as long as they aren't psychos. That's what we come from. We all know it, so why don't we say it? A woman like that? Come on. Yeah, right, Tommy. A bit of fun. Let's have a bit of fun pretending. That other woman in there, her friend, the old one in the gallery, art students. That's what she thought we were. Do you think she'd talk to us like that if she'd known what we really were? What do you think she'd said if we asked her? So I think especially for the students from Hailsham, they are so isolated from the outside world. They have no idea what real people think. So this kind of leads me to ask, well, what does that mean to be human? For clones, we don't really know. And do they really know? And they're not humans, but donors and carers. We've progressed from wondering where the line is between human and inhuman to inflicting dehumanization upon them, to now enabling engineering situations in which dehumanization is social and industrial action that has been accepted as a necessity, if that makes sense. But the text that we're exploring dives into the idea of dehumanization. So when I say humanity here, I really mean dehumanization. What does that mean for these clones, right? Chapter 15 is a little bit longer, and we're going to see how that changes, especially relationship-wise. But ultimately, I think what Ishiguro is trying to do is to create the sort of enemy for them. This moral, ethical, philosophical, whatever makes the ego or group identity even stronger. Their ego of being made from a low-life trash, prostitute, whatever it may be, just kind of eats away at them. And they start to really argue about that. They start to realize what their fate is going to be. So we'll see how this plays out in later chapters.